And we are on the air, live and on location. Let me just move this a little to the side. How about that? Center now. Well, how is everyone doing today? Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching live, awesome. I know some people come back and watch it later, so I'm going to say hi to you as well. It's good to have you here. Kind of feel like the announcer from Rookie of the Year, classic 1990s movie. If you haven't seen it, it's about baseball. It's pretty good. I would watch it. It's about the Cubs. They won a World Series a few years ago. Well, anyways, thanks for tuning in. We got some cool stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk about fishing reports, what's going down, what's biting where, and as well as some other cool lures we got. I can show you guys some new products. You guys might want to hear about them for trolling offshore, especially Wahoo fishing. For all you Wahoo fishermen, I think you're going to like. I'm going to show you a little bit later. Give everyone just a couple moments to tune in. Also, I appreciate if you shout out, let me know you're on there. If you're watching later, well then comment and let me know you're watching it later. Been back in Jacksonville, was down the Keys. For all you people who are down the Keys, saw some and got some good reports of lobster. Evening, how's it going? Lobster, who's that? Sorry. Hey, how's it going, Bo? Thanks for letting me know. Lobster season started on the 6th. The regular season starts on the 6th, and it runs all the way to March 31st. So you guys got plenty of time to get out there. I know a lot of people go down to South Florida and the Keys for opening day. And yeah, it's been looking really good. So how's it going, Jason? Thanks for tuning in. So good reports from down south. Good lobster. Seems like the fishing, from what I've seen, has been okay as well. Hey, Exploding Fish, how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. I was actually working. We were putting the rod holders, tuning them up a little bit. Still getting used to putting them in, but really liking them so far. Getting pretty excited about releasing that video. So thanks for tuning in. Let's see, bait and what was that? Was tough?
Kingfish.
Kingfish. I think it says Key Kwasa or something. Bait. We can't spell. Okay, Kongs. I like it. I see what you're saying though. Yeah, so that's what I'd heard as well. The bait and the Kingfish were tough. Talked to Captain Eddie on the turtle, and he said they went out, tried the beach. I think Red Top, Southeast Hole, the Nearshore Rex, MR. It's okay, I can't talk sometimes. Oh, thanks, Exploding Fish. Yeah, I'm really excited too. Can't wait to use them for Wahoo, but they've been great for Tuna and Dolphin as well. So yeah, King's been tough. Some guys I've heard up north were a little bit better. I don't know where you got your bait, Brian. I'd heard just south of Nassau Sound is where some people got bait a couple days ago. But yeah, it's been tough, which is kind of unfortunate. It's kind of unfortunate that the Kingfish bite has slowed. It has been like on fire since like, I think the end of April. I mean, we've had a phenomenal run of Kingfish. Hate to see it go, but they can still fire back up again. Sometimes they'll do that, lay low for a week. Not sure what the thermocline's doing. I think there was one a few weeks ago. Haven't been diving. But I do know some guys went further offshore, probably like Elton Bottom, and they did a great job. They caught Kingfish out there, and they caught nice mutton snapper and triggers, pinks. I had a couple guys tell me they caught pinks, vermilion, some call it. That the vermilion fishing was great further offshore. So you got to run a little ways, but the fishing is very good out there right now. Typically it is actually. In other news, what I did do this weekend was shrimping. Some people call them prawns, I believe. We call them shrimp down south. Southeast Hole. Okay, gotcha. Just north of the pier. Okay, well, appreciate the report, man. That's good. So maybe they're kind of scattered a little north and south, which is good. Better than them being not here at all. The other option, I guess, would be to jig bait. But yeah, so this past weekend, we were getting shrimp, which is really exciting. Haven't had a good shrimping year in a few years because we've had so much rain the past couple of years. Seems like when we get a lot of rain, it just kind of like flushes the river out, keeps the shrimp down south, keeps them offshore, stuff like that. But it's been pretty dry this year, and luckily we've had good shrimping. I've done shrimping at night. Well, just in time, Brandon. We did shrimping at night, and I did shrimping in the day. I actually went like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after church. And it's been really good. Sunday we did the best. We worked a couple different areas. We were down south. Let's see, down south, where was I? Kind of like, dang, can't remember a place called. I don't go there often. Usually I like to fish Ortiga, which is closer, but I haven't fished there yet. I heard they were catching some small ones there. But fishing was good, and we were getting them in probably best around 21, 22. One spot, it was like a drop off. It went from like 12 to 30 really fast. I saw a couple questions about spoons. If any of you guys are trolling spoons or X-Wraps, let us know how you're doing. I haven't done that lately. I did it a couple years ago and caught some fish on it. Seems like it would be really good, especially when bait's hard to find. Excuse me. Can you drift dead bait? If so, what kind, and how would I rig it? You can drift or troll dead bait. There's a couple different kinds. A very popular one is ribbon fish. And I mean, that's like people troll live bait and ribbon fish, with it. So you pretty much, a ribbon fish, you would rig just like you would for live bait with treble hooks. You could do like a J hook or a weighted J hook. That's what I really like. And then 2 or 3 treble hooks because they are so long. You could also pull cigar minnows, dead cigar minnows, and I'll put them on a Kingfish rig too. Sometimes I'll flatline a dead cigar minnow. I'll just put that treble hook through just like I would live bait. You could troll ballyhoo, like that I would rig like a J hook and I'd troll them a little faster, almost like I was mahi or wahoo fishing. So you could do ballyhoo, cigar minnows / sardines, ribbon fish. What they used to do sometimes even is they'd go behind a shrimp boat. They'd send the shrimp boat a bucket and like 10 or 20 bucks, and the shrimp boat would fill it up with bycatch, dead croakers, whiting, all that stuff. And then they would just drift those dead baits back. And sometimes they'd take the syringe and they'd fill the dead bait with air. So it floated at the top. You just have it floating back behind the boat. Big fish would hit it. I think it's still a really effective method. It's just, it doesn't seem to get the attention live bait does. Thanks, Wayne. Pounce Inlet, Killing Kings, mini over 30. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe all our kings went down south to you, but that's good to hear. Thanks for the update. Is that like right in the inlet along the beach, or how do they got like some numbers a couple miles offshore? We kind of got a mix of that sometimes. I see Brian, thanks. Buck Rogers got another sailfish. Yeah, they've been killing the sailfish. I think they've got like over 10, or like right at 9 or not 10. So the sailfish is out there. It's good to hear. I think I was out there in the same spot as they were when they caught like three or 4 different trips, and they caught a sailfish every time. And I'm like, dang, I don't know, what are we doing wrong? They're doing something really good, or just lucky. I don't know, but it's a great job. So those are fun to catch. Let's see. Okay, yeah. See, reefs or wrecks are on the beach. Yeah, if you get that information, Wayne. Party grounds with ribbon fish, 16 miles. It's pretty cool. Have not fished Pounce. There's a lot of places I'd like to fish. That's definitely one of them. It's cool. I don't know. A lot of you guys might know this, but what was popular a lot of times with the Kingfish tournament is guys would leave out of St. Augustine and they would drive all the way down past Pounce off of Canaveral and fish. It's crazy. It's almost like 2 or 3, depending how fast you're on, 2 or 3 hours of fishing, or just to get there, 2 or 3 hours back, and you're on a tournament, so you've got limited time. You fish for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. And sometimes they did good. Sometimes they'd that gamble would pay off. So, sounds like the fishing is going pretty good down south. It's good to hear. And the shrimping is going well up here. A couple quick tips when you are shrimping, if you go out of here, if you're shrimping in the day and you're in deeper water, which you normally have to be because the shrimp seem to go deep during the day, at night they come in shallow to feed. So in the day, you want to tape your nets. You can buy it with like a mesh sewn around it, or you could use like duct tape or Gorilla Tape and literally tape both sides, and that makes it flare out and you catch a lot more shrimp doing that. We were using, I think, about a 3/8 or 1/2 inch mesh. If you can, if you can throw like a 6 or 7 to start with, and then when you start getting them good, if you can move up to a bigger one, it'll really pay off. Less throws. So there's a couple quick shrimping tips for you. We'll have some videos coming out soon. How's it going, Chris? Okay, how far off Port Canaveral would you go? You're in Crystal River, so we usually go about 30 miles, only 30 feet. Yeah, that's crazy how the Gulf is so shallow. Wayne, if you could respond, because I don't know. But for you, Chris, how's the scallops going out of Crystal River? That's what I was kind of curious about. I've heard it's been like okay in some areas and not so good in others. If you got a report, that'd be awesome. Hoping to make it for scallops before the season ends, but we'll see. Regards up here, Chris, if you go 30 miles out, you're in about 100 feet of water. If you go 60 miles out, you're in about 160 feet of water. If you go 65 miles out, you're probably like 300, 400, maybe 500 feet. It drops off quick after that. Was I fishing in the river or in the intercoastal? I'm sorry, shrimping. Was I shrimping? I was shrimping. It was it was down south by Green Cove Springs, part of the river there. So kind of, I guess, back in the river a little ways, not by the mouth or anything. Haven't shrimped that far out. Sometimes we'll do like Ortiga, places around Jacks. But yeah, this was down south. I guess that'd be considered the river versus intercoastal. So yeah, I guess more the river. Terrible. I gotcha. Water's too fresh. The scallops are still deep. How deep is deep? I guess for scallops, I know sometimes they're like 5-6 feet is what I hear. That's interesting. It's too fresh. Are y'all getting a ton of rain, or is it just weird year or red tide or something? Doctor's Lake. Yes, that's a good spot. I couldn't think of the name earlier, but yeah. Doctor's Lake. A lot of people have been going out there. Some people, there's a public bridge nearby there. People have been shrimping at night. I think it was really crowded last week, so they've been loading up pretty good. 20 feet, lots of rain. Wow. Dang, that'd be interesting. If y'all ever use your tanks, I don't know if that makes sense or if that's silly. Sometimes we'll catch lobster in 20 feet, and it's nice to have tanks. I just wonder if you can go to Crystal River, put your tanks on, and load up on scallops that way. So I'd give that a try. Exploding fish. How was the weather for the most part of our trip? It was pretty decent. It was a little windy, windier than I'd like, but it was okay. We still made it out. We got some really cool fishing. In fact, you probably see your rod holder in a video. We're releasing a video this week where we fish with the South Florida Fishing Channel and Florida Fishing Couple. South Florida Fishing Channel also took some video, and he's got that posted now. You'll probably see your rod holders in action there. I've got some more footage that'll go up tomorrow, Friday. So yeah, it was pretty decent, a little windy. We had to go really slow out some days, kind of choppier than I prefer, but not enough to stop us, so that was good. Some tips on Ballyhoo rigging. Sure could. That's actually a video we're working on. I've been experimenting with rigging Ballyhoo. I've been taking some underwater video so you can see it. I don't know if you've seen some of our other underwater videos, where we did like high-speed lures. We did underwater videos of other trolling lures going through. I've got something like that for Ballyhoo. And I've also got a rigging tip for Wahoo on my channel about how I use the rig. I kind of make it stiffer to really set the hook. Dang, a lot of comments all of a sudden. Okay, how's the kingfish by this time of year? Normally it's good, but lately it's been slow. June, July, especially late June, July, it's pretty heavy. Should be good now. Right now it's a little slow. It'll probably pick back up a little later. Hey, Brandon, thanks for the comment. Really good videos. Yep, got some videos of down south coming soon. How's it going, Akash? Thanks for joining us tonight. Pin rigging with a spring is the way to go. And I do that for some of my lures, especially if I put a skirt over them. I do like the copper though for other things because I have more control and I can put a chin weight on it. And I like having that chin weight because it I feel like it makes the ballyhoo. Sometimes the ballyhoo likes to go sideways and sideways, and you'll catch fish. And I would put one out like that, but I also like to put that chin weight and just have them like kicking. I feel like that's a little more natural, me personally. How's it going? 777 outdoors. I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong. 777. Do I like bottom fishing or trolling better? I like trolling better. Me personally. It's just really fun. One, to hear a reel like just take off screaming, you know. Two, I feel like it's almost an art form to set out a spread of lures. You know, when you've got outriggers, planers, downriggers, teasers, and the back of your boat just looks like a feeding frenzy, and then like the fish just hit it just like you planned. I really like that. Some people find it slow because at times, you know, you're looking. I don't feel like it's slow to me because even though I'm not catching fish, it's like part of my strategy, right? Think of sports. You know, it's fun if you play football or soccer, trying to get that ball to the end zone or the goal. You know, it's not just putting that ball in the end zone or in the goal, it's getting it down there. That's part of trolling, it's figuring it out. But I do like bottom fishing too, especially nowadays. When I was a kid, I used to do it with this really heavy tackle, like 6/0, real old school. When you're a kid, that's really hard. You get tired real quickly. But nowadays, like using the, I like using a pin fathom and like one of the jigging rods. It's so light, you can feel the fish. I feel like you're fighting the fish more than the rod. I really like that. Also like sight fishing, like bringing yellowtail up, which I guess is kind of like bottom fishing, yellowtail, mangrove, stuff like that in the Keys. But I do like trolling, high speed, kingfish, stuff like that. 777, dang, I messed it up both ways, sorry. But thank you for letting me know. 777 outdoors. Kosh asked, where do I go shrimping? I did it by Doctor's Lake. There's some couple areas down south. Hopefully they'll move up. How fast do I like to troll? For Wahoo, I like to troll about 15 miles an hour, high speed, give or take maybe 1 or 2. If I'm trolling Ballyhoo for Wahoo, I'll troll like 9, maybe 10. It's still really fast. Trolling for tuna in the Keys and with Ballyhoo for mahi and tuna, I was trolling about 7 was kind of the sweet spot. And if I'm trolling for kingfish, it's like ultra slow. I'm going like 1 to 2 miles per hour. I've got 1 motor shut off. I've got 2 drift socks out slowing me down. I'm very it's very important to me to go slow. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate the comment. Love hearing feedback. Anytime you guys, you know, got feedback, good or bad. It's nice to hear good, but you know, both ways we'll take it and we'll improve and stuff like that. So there's a couple things I want to show you guys. I'm back. And it's it's this new stuff from C&H Lures that they sent to test. Okay, this isn't new. This is a Mr. Big. It's a high-speed Wahoo lure. I really like it. This thing weighs 1 pound. It's a jet head. C&H Lures used to be, they had a storefront here in Jacksonville. I used to go there a lot after college classes, hang out, and learn stuff. And this is one of my favorite lures. It's kind of a custom color, but you can get it. You can see it's a dolphin on the top, but underneath it's a pretty teal, and then a yellow under that. So it's like a dolphin over teal over yellow. And I've done really well on this. Dolphin and Wahoo like it, I think, because we have small dolphin and the Wahoo will kill it. That being said, what I'm really excited about is the new Mr. Big. I think they call it the Mr. Big XL. Mr. Big. Mr. Big's my father. Think of your own. But it's this bad boy. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of difference. It's wider. It's taller. Heavier. I mean, it's like significantly, sorry, I don't even know I fit in the shot, it's too big, I'll take 2 pictures. But it is big and heavy and bigger. And it's my opinion, big baits catch big fish. Sorry. So yeah, really excited. It's bigger. I just like something the fish can see. You know, really excited about using this. I always just think, oh yeah, bigger baits, bigger fish. Super cool. So they sent me some other cool stuff. And if you guys have been watching some of my videos lately, thank you, Kayla. We've been killing tuna and dolphin on a lure called Rattle Jet from C&H. I was really impressed. I started trolling about a year ago. It's been killing it. I just thought, oh, it's another lure. I caught a fish on it by mistake and been fishing with it ever since, and it's been just really impressive to me. Well, they sent me a Rattle Jet XL. Big baits catch big fish. This looks really cool. It's a pink, it's like a pink, blue, and white, which is another good color in our area. I'm going to be trolling this soon, and you're going to see us catch some baits on the smaller one, thank you, Kayla, tomorrow. Another one they sent is the stubby bubbler. Now, I haven't pulled it like just a lure like this, but I pulled it with a Ballyhoo. I caught a dolphin on it last year in the Keys. And what's cool about this, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of got like a concave cup. And what these cups do when you see them on any lure, it makes them suck to the water. They don't suck. But it keeps them down. So if this was a pointy lure and you had it close to the boat, it kind of just rides on the top. Like a boat, it's just kind of skipping. But this, if this were to go to get out of the water, well, this is going to catch and pull it back down. And actually, it's got these holes, so when it does pull it down, it shoots bubbles. So it'll kind of go down, and then occasionally it'll come up, and when it pops, it'll grab air, and it'll quickly just go back down. So it's popping the surface. I caught a dolphin last year with a Ballyhoo rigged on this. I'm excited. I'm going to try it just probably by itself. And another one is the little stubby. Thank you. Stubbies, people use these, like they use tiny ones on Kingfish, slow trolling live baits. You can rig this with hooks, pull it through the water, all kinds of cool things. I don't have one with me actually, but they have a lure called an Alien XL. And you control it kind of like this by itself, or you can cut the skirt like here and put a Ballyhoo behind it. That's what I do if I'm going to put a Ballyhoo. I cut the skirt off. And I had let's see, I was with a friend. He had a he had an Alien XL, which is a concave head, which makes it suck down and bubble. And we were pulling that lure, monoliter. First time I was Wahoo fishing, a Wahoo skied it, like an 80-pound Wahoo, like huge, as tall as me. Skied this lure, this popping lure, and biggest Wahoo I've ever seen caught. Which kind of at the time like blew my mind because I was like, Wahoo's like, no, you got to have dark lures, you got to troll deep, you got to troll fast, and you got to have a wire leader. We had mono, a bright lure on the surface, biggest Wahoo ever. So, a couple questions. Sorry, do I use Dredges trolling? I've tried it a couple times. I've used like the mylar looking ones where it's like strips, it's not actual fish, and that was really impressive. I really liked that. Eventually it got cut off, so I lost it, but it was pretty effective. I really liked it. I think that one worked well. I've tried a live bait dredge. I actually did a video on that if you want to check it out. I took an umbrella dredge and put live baits quickly on it, and I trolled it while kingfishing. It didn't work so well, other than the fact because it was all mangled up. But when you have a bunch of live baits trolling there, and when you get like a few there, and you take a handful of live baits from your live one, just throw them right there where your dredge is, they'll all swim together, making their own bait ball. That's cool. Live bait tip. How does that compare to the American Express? The little stubby is not heavy. It's like all plastic and lightweight. The American Express is heavy, and you control that for Wahoo, and it'll stay deeper. Which the American Express is another great lure. I really like that one. Caught some Wahoo on that. Really great lure. But yeah, that's a heavy one, and this is a really light lure. Permit, that would be pretty cool. I don't think I've caught a permit yet. I've caught bonefish and other stuff waiting, but permit's definitely on the list. I'll try to videotape how to next time I can make it down to probably the Keys. I try to catch them. Let's see, permit up here with us. I think we get a few. I know we get African pompano. I think they get some permit on the beach. Not totally sure because I haven't done a whole lot of beach fishing. Seems like in the summer when the beach fishing is really good, I'm usually offshore on the boat a little further, so don't get them then. But pretty cool fish for sure. It'd be nice if we had like permit and bonefish and all that stuff in the area. Spear, can you spear permit? I mean, I'm not sure. Are they good to eat? Because I mean, again, I've never had them. I know like bonefish, they're fun to catch, but I've heard they're not very good to eat. So, kind of just a fun fishing thing. Let's see. Oh, like giant pompano. Oh, cool. That would be good. Because I know African pompano is good, and we do get those sometimes. Just not a whole lot. Thanks, Brandon. A lot of good info. If you guys got any other questions, feel free to shoot them out real quick. Someone actually said this is kind of like a Mr. Rogers fishing report, which I was like, that's a good idea. So if you guys want me to do like the report one day, like Mr. Rogers, I feel like that would be like really cool. I could just see Mr. Rogers, being side by side, giving reports, and that'd be a lot of fun. Right? I mean, we'll get all kinds of guests. Mr. Rogers. Who else? I'm sure I'll think of them. Suggest them. Other Real Hazardous members. If you want to see JJ, Chris, Kayla, Mrs. Thurn, by all means, shout it out. Akash said, do I know of any fish who swims vertically to blend in? Like a seahorse? Because they're like vertical, right? I know like ribbon fish, like an eel, they'll feed vertically. And they'll be all kinds of crazy. So I don't know if that's kind of what you mean or not. Wahoo spearfishing, that would be pretty awesome. Gotta figure out how to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, if we see a wahoo and we're spearfishing, we'll try to shoot it. But haven't been that fortunate yet. Well, anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember, tomorrow we're going to show you some cool tuna tricks. It's a really fun video with the South Florida Fishing Channel, Heiko, Captain Dan and Elizabeth from the Florida Fishing Couple. Of course, JJ, my dad's with us, and we have a great time catching the fish. Sorry, getting notes. And it's a catch and cook. JJ's going to show you how to cook it up, and we're going to teach you how to cook tuna. Real simple, fast way, out in the Keys. It was really great. So that'll be tomorrow. Be sure to turn in. Appreciate it. If you guys know anyone who likes to fish, I'd appreciate it if you would share our channel with them. Definitely trying to grow, So if you guys want anything you want to see, by all means, let me know. Try to get you some more cool content coming your way. Got a lot of fun stuff in the works. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it. Thanks, Chris, as well. Thank you, Akash. Thanks everyone else for tuning in. Thanks y'all for watching later. See you, Daniel, Brian. You guys take care. Good luck fishing this weekend, and hopefully we'll have some good information for you next week. So see y'all next time.